When Birmingham enters a glorious year, remember a legend. Birmingham enters 2022 as a trendy southern sports town with a promising future thanks to the teamwork of a lot of people. This isn't the setup for a dumb joke like the one your dad or drunk uncle might have made about Birmingham over the holidays. This is actual news, and there are facts and opinions and other, better jokes to prove it. The success of Protective Stadium after its first UAB football season and Birmingham Bowl felt like previews for the city, and now 2022 continues with G League basketball at Legacy Arena, the World Games, a proposed spring bubble season for the new 8-team USFL, and the debut of Birmingham Legion FC at the new downtown venue. Here's what shouldn't get lost: UAB basketball, the city's original hometown team. The holiday break is over for the Blazers, who have a record of 12-3 overall and have started 2-0 in Conference USA. The team is at North Texas on Thursday, followed by a road game at Rice on Saturday. UAB's second home game of the new year is on Thursday, January 13th, against FIU. Every victory by UAB this season except one has been a blowout, and the Southside Dragons are currently ranked 43 in net. It's starting to feel like old times again on the Southside, but with a new-look campus and young students who might not know UAB's rich hoops history. Time to change that. Related, Jelly Walker fueling UAB basketball's impressive start. Related, UAB manhandles UTSA in Andy Kennedy's 300th win. Goodman, UAB's finest hour shows power of city. If you want to understand a city's rise, then it helps to know who was there at the bottom floor in the beginning. It was Gene Bartow, the Hall of Fame basketball coach and athletics director for UAB. He left us 10 years ago this week, but was so influential to modern-day Birmingham that his powerful fingerprints remain imprinted on the town's tough and resilient attitude. There was a time when Bartow was called crazy for going to Birmingham. Now people are naming Birmingham one of the best places to go in 2022. It's a destination city, and not just in Alabama or the South but anywhere: London, Istanbul, Gabon and Birmingham, Alabama. Fun times. Great story. This new Birmingham may be something to think about while driving down 280 after work. Everyone is coming to Birmingham this year for the World Games, and for the food and jobs, and for the infectious energy of a place that refused to be defeated by the roads out of town. For Birmingham, this is about to be a banner year. Bartow wouldn't just be proud. Bartow would be at the head of the World Games ticket line after being a guest of honor at opening ceremonies. If y'all haven't purchased tickets yet for the World Games, then definitely move on that before they are gone. I mean, there's going to be international competitions for breakdancing, sport climbing, park hour and beach handball at Slaw's Furnace. It's impossible not to love that. World Games sidebar: honestly, the World Games might be better than the Olympics, and it's not really hard to make that argument. With the Olympics there are so many problems and headaches. With the World Games, it's just drinking beer in the summer with friends while rooting on a tug-of-war team from some place like Belgium. So, Birmingham is hip now. Deal with it. The bridges have lights. Protective Stadium has UAB football. They are building a world-class skate park in the middle of everything for the next Tony Hawk from Ensley or Mountain Brook or Pinson. All Birmingham needs at this point is a return of city stages and decent 24-hour dim sum. How did Birmingham get here so suddenly, though? What happened to make it so cool? Just last week it feels like Birmingham was Vulcan's donk side of a joke from cultural luminaries such as Houston football coach Dana Holgorsen. Holgorsen is best known for his bad breath, but he made some news by taking a shot at Birmingham on his way out of town after Houston defeated Auburn in the Birmingham Bowl. Auburn blew another lead, but it still smelled like roses compared to the sour heat Holgorsen was mouth-breathing all week while in town. If there was one way to best describe Holgorsen's appearance to friends, then it would be leftover lazy dog track drunk sloppiness at the end of the month after getting touched up by security at the adult store in Jasper. We're keeping this thing positive, though, so leave it to one of Birmingham's world-renowned restaurateurs to publicly invite Coach Liver Bile Breath back to Birmingham for a nice meal despite Holgorsen backhanding the city's food scene. Trust me, Weston and Frank Stitt, this is the last time Holgorsen will be in Birmingham because we all know he's too scared to come back and play UAB. UAB football is using 2022 as a preparation year for its big move to the American Athletic Conference. UAB basketball is returning to form thanks to Coach Andy Kennedy. UAB Hospital is now ranked as the 8th largest in the country. These are all good trends, but none of them come close to matching the positive momentum created by news that Quinlan Castle is being torn down for a new biotech center. Heck, even people from California are moving to Birmingham, and those guys can always see way into the future. Where are all these people going to live? Well, have you heard what they are doing to the old Caraway Hospital? So many people want to be in the city these days, but who was coming to Birmingham back 10 years ago? Or 20? Or, like, way back in 1977. Nobody was coming to Birmingham in 1977, that's who. Every everyone was leaving or moving down 280. There was this one guy, though, who had a vision of the future. Of course he was from California. Birmingham might be cool and hip now, but who moved from California to Birmingham in 1977? Gene Bartow, that's who. Who leaves a job as UCLA's basketball coach to start an athletics department from nothing during post-civil rights era, white flight Birmingham, Alabama? Bartow is the answer, and if all those new students at UAB aren't learning that history at every freshman orientation, then maybe 2022 is the year for the popular basketball and football coaches to fix that. Gotta appreciate the past to celebrate the future. Bartow put UAB on the map and created buzz for a city that badly needed it with one trip to the NCAA tournament after another. The energy of those Bartow-era teams is back, and it's time to fill Bartow again and match it. Some people moved to Birmingham to find work. Bartow moved to Birmingham to start a revolution. It's here. This week 10 years ago, Bartow passed away and left his legacy to Birmingham. The city appears to be in strong hands, and they stay balled into fists. Joseph Goodman is a columnist for the Alabama Media Group. He's on Twitter at Joe Goodman Jr. His new book, We Want Bama, A Season of Hope and the Making of Nick Saban's Ultimate Team, is available wherever books are sold. UAB basketball Gene Bartow questions an official's call during a 1989 game vs. Old Dominion. The Birmingham News.